Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And as always, I am joined by the one, the only spirits medium to the gods, Mr. Randall J.
I
Bird.
thought you were going to say El Rey, the
Well,
grape
he's
one, because he's also here.
I was gonna introduce him, but you know the contract, right?
Yes, he's got to play
I gotta
theme
go
music.
through like a whole rigmarole.
Rose petals have to be thrown on the
Yeah,
ground
here
a
we go.
little
I'll give it
bit.
to you right now. There we go. He's coming in now. There he goes. And of course, that's it, Ray. That's all you get. I only have to
That's
do
it.
2 seconds of it. It's the one. First of all, before we get to the wine of the week, it is the wine of the week time. Before we get to that, I thought we may have gotten a reprieve for each weekend having a rainy day, but it doesn't seem like
Just
that's
because
what
we had
we're
a
doing.
heat wave.
Yeah, we had a heat wave. I figured that was the end of it, but
No.
no. But as I always say, the weather inside a liquor store is always perfect.
Yeah.
So, we're hoping maybe 4th of July is right around the corner. This is our pre-4th of July show because we will not be here for the 5th of July.
We won't.
No, we're not gonna have a show that day. And just keep this in
I,
mind, though, Randall.
yeah.
If you drink a fifth on the 4th, you will not go forth on the 5th.
All right.
So control those drinking and make sure you're drinking responsibly. Life you save could be one of ours.
Are there any kind of festivities that you guys have planned for the 4th of July? I mean, you do fireworks? Do you do
Um,
travel? Do you?
no, we're probably going to stay around the house this 4th of July because we got the kids coming up for their moves in August, back to school and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So we're probably going to take it pretty easy.
Yeah.
Have my nieces or nephews over and have something like that, but that's probably about it.
Well, if it's trending, I'd bring your umbrellas and hope for the sun. But yeah,
I think we are. Right now, it looks pretty good for at least the 4th of July. So we'll see how that goes. How about yourself, Ray? What are we doing for the 4th?
Chilling, grilling. I think I'm going to
There you
take in
go.
a Woo Sox game.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
They have fireworks that they get at the game, don't they?
yeah, when they hit a home run.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought maybe they might have something there. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah.
We are open on the 4th of July. Julia's Liquors is open. A lot of liquor stores are. I believe we are open from 8:30 to 6. So
Nice.
if you run out of something, maybe to drink with your hot dogs, we have you covered. So
Well, that's not the only kind of like festivities, right? Coming up at the 4th of July, but we had some event that was like pretty cool
Funny.
on Thursday, right?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare and wine, right?
Little tribute to Shakespeare with a little wine and cocktails and
well, it
Now,
was a
did you
midsummer-
portray your
midsummer's dream.
El Rey, the king of
Was he
the
Oberon?
vineyards?
Is that what
Yeah.
you're asking?
I
Was
don't
he
know.
Oberon?
No, but
I wasn't over on.
I was trying to tell Johnny did the event.
Yeah.
And he did like 3 or 4 cocktails for the event. We'll get some really great cocktails for you today too. But he did the event and I asked him if he was getting into character and he says, "No. I'm just gonna make cocktails."
yeah.
And there was like 50 something people here, so it was a nice little.
And some of them in costume, right?
Right, yeah, some
I
people-
like,
yeah.
I like a good theme.
All right, thinking of a good theme, we do have one. It's called the wine of the week.
Yeah. It's been poured. It's in our glasses.
Yes, it
It's
is.
chilled.
What do we got for the wine of the week this week?
It smells like a white wine to me.
So, guys,
You couldn't see that with your eyes, huh?
No,
No.
a little segue into the wine of the week. Question for you. In the world today, are there more
Thanks everything you
men
got.
winemakers or women?
Oh, that's a good question. You just put them in the ice thing. More men than women.
I
don't know.
I'm gonna say I just watched this murder mystery, and the head vintner or whatever winemaker was a woman, and I know that one of my favorite back in the day wines, Casa La Pastol, has a female. So
Correct.
I'm gonna say this is a trick question that you're trying to point out that there are more female winemakers than male.
You can't fool Randall.
You cannot fool them. No.
Not on a Saturday. On a Monday, free range.
Yeah.
On a Saturday, no.
So the needle has swung over towards women. And the reason for this, Randall, is that scientifically speaking, women have a keener sense of smell and taste
Oh yeah.
than men. It's a biological thing.
You want to know why?
Go ahead.
Because they're hunter gatherer stage. They're the gatherers, and so they had to make sure that they were picking stuff that was edible, and certain flavors and aromas would
Yeah.
set off things that were not. So they honed their skills over the centuries.
The
better at it.
reason that I know, which isn't so scientific, is that every relationship I've been in, people have been like, "You can't smell that," and I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" And yeah,
that is another poison gaseous that we
Right.
shall not embark
well, no,
into
like
today.
whether it's laundry or the garden
Yeah,
or
that's true.
anything, it's just like, what are you talking about? Like,
We've traveled together. I know exactly what it is.
anyway, so
No.
more women.
So more women. So what we have today is a barrel fermented Torrontés, which is a grape, the white grape of Argentina. And the producer is Susan Balbo. And Susan Balbo is, or was, the first female enologist or winemaker in Argentina. Now she's going up against the Michelle Rolands of the world, Zuccardi, Santiago Achaval.
Yeah.
And her primary thing, she does Malbec, she does all of it, but her specialty is Torrontés, a white grape. And she's been called the queen of Torrontés down there. But I got to tell you, I've tasted this last year, this particular style of wine, and I got blown away. I said, I've got to show this as a wine of the week. Why is this different? Most, if not all, Torrontés from Argentina
Yeah.
are all stainless steel fermented. They're very light, citrusy.
Light, crisp, acidic.
Right, with that citrusy
Right.
component. The difference here is, and she's the only one that I know of that does this, she barrel ferments and ages this for about 4 to 6 months. And
Okay.
the flavor profile, the complexity, the structure totally changes. And, for me, her description is, some lemon and lime. And yes, there is citrus in there, but you can pick up some lychee.
Yeah.
Lychee on the nose, jasmine. You can pick up, obviously, the.
Edelweiss. I get Edelweiss, believe it or not.
There you go.
You think I'm kidding you? I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I get Edelweiss.
And you got,
There's a flowery aspect of this too.
Yeah, very floral, no
Yeah.
question about it. And you can pick up a little, on the palate, you get that minerality, you get the crispness, the good acidity, some apple and pear notes, some honey as well. Some people would say, and first time I tasted it, I'm a big Burgundy guy, white Burgundy. I love Chardonnay from Burgundy, and there's nothing like it in the world. But this has got to be pretty close to Burgundy style. So,
I think.
All right.
so
So what's the varietal of the grape?
Torrontés.
Only grown really in Argentina?
Torrontés, it's like any grape. They experiment here, they experiment there. But primarily, it's the grape of Argentina, the
Yeah.
white grape. Just like Malbec is considered the
Oh
king
yeah.
of grapes in
Good.
Argentina. But it's
You
grown
knew
all
this,
over.
Randall.
I do not know any
Did not
of
know
this.
Yeah.
that?
So it's called Susan Balbo's barrel fermented Torrontés. It is $24.99 less 20%, so it'd be at $19.99
Okay.
today and all of next week.
That's right.
That's a nice one. You know what this would be great with, because it has enough structure and enough acidity. If you were having any type of seafood, shellfish
Shellfish is
for
yes.
4th of July. I mean, a lot of people do lobster rolls or something like that. This would be keyed right up into that. Right. up
Are
into
you
that.
doing lobster rolls this 4th of July?
We'll be over.
I haven't got an
we'll be
invitation.
over
That's
that
all
one.
I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
I will tell you last
Delicious,
night. I was going to bring some in and I totally spaced it on it.
No.
Jennifer is experimenting with hot dog carrots for my vegetarian daughter last night, and I said, "You guys cooking hot dogs in here?" And she says, "No, it's carrots." And they were making. She was experimenting for this weekend for my vegetarian daughter, and I was like, "Man, that does smell like hot dogs." So maybe I'll get you one of those. You're not getting the lobster salad.
All right. I
Lobster
cried.
rolls are mine.
And Ray, thank you for
Thank you,
bringing
Ray.
amazing wine. What's the price on this?
$24.99 everyday price, less 20%, which is about $19.99
Nice.
all this week.
All right.
Get us
Well,
back
that's it for It's the Liquor Talking on this segment. We'll be back after these commercial messages. And thank you, El Rey, for this wine, the signature Susanna Balbo.
Correct.
No
Thank you.
relation to the boxer Rocky Balboa.
No.
No, that's Balboa.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ray.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Let me take this thing down until Kenny gets here. Kenny said he was coming by, I thought, but we'll see. Ray, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
This was actually really good. I like that's another. I got to add that to my my repertoire of
Well,
white wines.
I still haven't seen the invitation from Ryan, but are you doing anything that's exciting or full of food? All right.
He's doing lobster rolls. Ray's doing lobster rolls.
And then he's out
He's got-
without the invitation.
See ya.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, just drop that in your lap.
See ya. Hey,
You get nothing.
you get nothing.
I tried to make a hint,
Yeah, that was your hint. All right.
Everybody's
Yeah, they know who you are, Randall. They know who you are. Johnny's going to bring over some stuff pretty soon. We have a lot of stuff to get to today. We got a new drink of the show.
yeah.
We got some surprises this week. I'm going to open this up now while we're sitting here, but
Listen, there's some Whiskey Wednesday that happened this last week, which was
Whiskey Wednesday last week
Back-
was Bacta and stuff like that. Bacta and of course the what's it, Hogsworth, which is really good. We're gonna try
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Want to try that one? Let's try that one now. Yeah, let's try it now.
Working on stuff. Get
I'm
that
just
up.
trying to get this ready.
The
for-
Hogsworth or the Bacta?
Let's try the Hogsworth.
Okay, bourbon whiskey and Armagnac.
Yeah. So this is what they did a little bit different with this one. I'll make some for our studio audience too. Let me have that. And I actually hold on. I have the thing here. So let me do this too, since we got a smidgen of time here. But because I have the sell sheet on this one somewhere in my vast
Well, the
array.
first thing is that like my first instinct is it bourbon that's finished in an Armagnac cask,
right.
but no, they're actually mixing it with the actual spirit
Yeah,
liquid Armagnac.
You and I have been talking about this for a while,
Yeah.
like the natural progression of things. Here, we'll give this to the studio audience. Hand that to them. And yeah, we've seen it a couple times coming across. I do think you're going to see more of it, and it's the actual mixing of different spirit
He had
types
somebody
together.
coming over, so
Oh, you here?
you
Take
think
that
we
one.
just
Take one.
drank it.
Yeah.
but
No, I know you didn't. Here. And
so crossovers
no.
within the spirit categories.
I'm on the wrong thing now.
Oh, okay.
You got me confused.
Well,
Easily confused.
not difficult.
Thank you. Thank you. Here you go. You can have it back now. So yeah, so you're gonna see, I think, some more of this though, coming up. But it's 60% bourbon whiskey and 40% Armagnac.
So instead of just a finish, which is a kiss of that flavor from
Right.
the wood, they're straight up mixing different types of liquid
Mhm.
together to make. It's not technically blending, right? Because it's kind of cross category.
It's cross spirits or mingling of spirits, which I do like this one. Studio audience, what do you think? Yeah, it's really nice. It's really interesting. It sells for under $60.
Yeah.
Which is great. So
Yeah, it's
so that's
delightful.
what this is batch 2 that I think that we're trying. It was a batch 3. You have that one written down there?
I don't know where I'm looking for.
Yeah,
that
neither do I.
information,
I'm
but
just looking at the stuff here.
This is batch 2. By the
batch
way.
2. Yeah,
Just
that's what
play
we-
it taste. I think I can.
blend number 9, batch 2. So this is what we're trying right now. But yeah. All right. How much time we got left? We're gonna come back
Yeah,
because
we're
I want to talk more about it. But 10 seconds. All right, here we go. All right. Well, there you go. All right. So let's talk about that when we get back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And during the break, we poured ourselves a little bit of Hogsworth.
Hogsworth
And we
is
just did that for this past Whiskey Wednesday.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah. And
So who came in was Bacta, but they also represent this brand?
no,
or-
that's actually a brand from Bacta.
Okay.
They're separating it up, but that's theirs too. We had Morgan French was in. She's the chief minister of hospitality and education.
Yeah.
You can catch that on, by the way, you can catch that on podcast wherever you get it. That should be up, and it's also on It's the Liquor Talking YouTube page too. So if you want to see that whole thing, and we go through quite a bit of their products, you can watch that too. But I think this was really good. This Hogsworth, something totally different, bourbon and Armagnac mixed together,
Right.
and under $60, and it's got some decent age on it too. The average age on this is 9.3 years. So I think it's one of those type of things that I think more and more people that try it. They left us a bottle, so it will be in Johnny's Frisky Whiskey Wagon. So if you
Yeah,
come
I'll tell you.
Saturday
Keep
afternoon,
sampling it.
Till he keeps sampling it
Yeah.
out. But right, this I thought.
Well, as you look at this, I think what's interesting is that this is a new type of category, right? Like, so
Mhm.
you're blending completely different spirits, one from the United States, one from France, but you're putting all the information, including the age, the proportions, where it was distilled, Tennessee, Minnesota, and then, of course, the 3 Armagnacs from France. And so I think as you're going on your educational journey, as you're tasting through things, you can also find additional points of interest, right? So you're
Yeah,
asking,
absolutely.
is this batch 2 or 3? Well, it says it on there, but it also talks a little bit about how
Yeah, they're being
it
very
has the 3 different Armagnacs and the 2 different bourbons that are mixed together to make this product.
and you speak of the devil, and he appears,
Yeah.
and here he is himself. Himself, the beverage whisperer, Kenny Sadowski has joined us on the dais just in time to try more drinks.
Yeah.
Pull your microphone down.
Down,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Pull your microphone down a little bit, and there you go.
Well, you're
And
the
you get your
whisperer,
things.
so.
Yeah, you're
Down a
whispering.
little bit.
I want to make sure. Oh, so
Oh,
you asked if we were going to do the Bacta. Well, we're not going to do the Bacta, but Johnny on the spot has made us each this is a Bacta Sazerac that he just put together that he dropped off at the table so that you can try.
okay.
See what you guys think of that one. So the Hogsworth is this mixed product. This is made from the 1928, right? Correct. So which is actually is been aged in. I want to say it's been aged in
Calvados?
use Calvados and Armagnac
Yeah.
barrels. So there is sort of a thing on that. So try this Sazerac and see what you think.
I'm enjoying the Sazerac.
This is
It's
in the
delicious.
larceny question of the show, bourbon glass.
Well, speaking of that, why don't we while you're sipping away, let's ask the question of the show since Kenny brought it up.
7.
7 is not the answer. Johnny, you can't answer this one.
Okay.
All right. The larceny question of the show today is the process of mixing herbs, fruits, or vegetables, and maybe a carrot hot dog, into a cocktail by gently crushing them with a blunt instrument is
Mudla.
called what?
Mudla.
Muddling, technically maceration.
Yeah. All right. Is that what you're going with?
Muddling is what.
Yeah.
they're-
Muddling is of course the answer. I didn't even give a chance for the studio audience to answer because they were going to say
Thanks for answering
swizzling.
Tourette's.
They was going to say swizzling, which was another one of the answers. Swizzling. No, it's muddling. You are absolutely correct.
His mother was a muddler.
His
All right.
father's breath smelled of elderberry wine. Anyways,
So
I love Sazeracs. This is really good, John.
is this
done.
another Sazerac or is this another cocktail?
No, the cocktail in the glass, Randall. I don't
Yeah,
know.
which I've already consumed.
I don't know the other one yet. I haven't gotten to that.
Oh, I'm just asking if
jumping
they're
ahead again.
all going to be Sazerac.
The one
don't
in
think
the
so.
larceny, the
Okay.
one in the
Larceny.
larceny rocks glass
yes,
Yeah.
is delicious.
is a
Yeah.
Sazerac made with Bacta,
Sugar.
1928 bourbon. It's called 1928.
No, this is a rye whiskey with
Oh, rye. Excuse me.
Calvados and Armagnac.
Hmm.
So using the Sazerac to make the rye is
Yeah, it's really
the rye to make the Sazerac. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Obviously, someone has gone awry.
Yes.
Yeah, we were off the rail.
that's as soon as the
Thank
show
you very much.
started.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's not like I don't even question it anymore. It's gotten crazy. All right, good. I like that one, John. Very good.
Yes.
I will
done.
bring up since we're on the subject also of Whiskey Wednesdays, this is some of the stuff we had this past Wednesday. I will tell you, I am going to be doing the Whiskey Wednesday for July 2nd.
Really?
Which is coming up this next week. You definitely want to sign up for this one. We're gonna have some really cool stuff. I'm gonna let's try this now.
Okay.
Let's try
Is
this
this a
out.
preview of what
This is
we
a
might be
preview.
getting?
This is a preview.
Is this the drink of the show? Did I
Yeah,
miss
What?
that?
no,
Right.
you know what? Let's do this as the drink of the show.
Yeah.
Because a good friend of mine sent this up to me, and I think it's something that will be worthwhile. I'll even he even sent me a note with this. So
All right. Why don't I pour that?
yeah, here you go.
And you talk a little
I'll
bit about
talk.
what the Whiskey Wednesday is.
There you go. So this Whiskey Wednesday, we're going to have, it's my choice, but we're going to have some really cool things. We're going to have a new barrel that's coming in. We're going to have a whiskey that's not available to everybody yet. We're going to have, what's it? What are these?
Glasses.
Glasses. And we're going to have also, Blood Oath, which is a hard to get whiskey. We're also going to have the Star Farms whiskey, which is the new one from Maker's Mark that's made with all the product, the product from the Star Farms, which is owned by Maker's Mark.
Yep.
And they're very, very difficult to get. You're going to be able to try that one. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun stuff going on, including this new whiskey coming from Hirsch, which is a American single malt. And Kevin Aslan, who is a Lock and Key award-winning Kevin Aslan, I should say it that way. He was posting this the other day, and he said, "Oh, this is the new stuff coming out." And I texted him and said, well, "Where's mine?" So
Right.
he goes, "I'll send you one." So please, it said, "Ryan, please enjoy this bottle of Departure from Hirsch. This is our take on American single malt and something truly special for a few reasons. This was distilled at the former Anchor Brewing Distilling Building in San Francisco.
I've been there.
Yep.
It was distilled on the same system as Old Potero using small copper pot stills. This batch was distilled and barreled in the winter of 2017 when we noticed American single malt was rising in popularity. We are only using 100% Maris Otter barley, which is used in English style ales. It has hence their beer origins. It has a rich bready character we fell in love with to make the new spirit immediately. This batch is a blend of new char 3 and 4-year-old, as well as a few toasted barrels. The age is 6 years, 9 months. Please let me know what you think and feel free to call me if you have any questions. I appreciate your support and looking forward to hearing from you. Cheers, Kevin Aslan. Aslan, I should say it. You should say it properly.
When did you start with Dark Star? You started by saying something about Dark Star.
Bacta?
No?
No.
You said
Did I
Dark
say
Star.
Bacta?
And I was thinking to myself, they just made that for mass holes because mass holes can't say Dark Star.
Right.
No, what was he talking about? Oh, no, I think it's
Gotcha.
Departure. Did I say it wrong?
Instead of
Yeah.
Was
I
it
heard-
the name of its Departure? I might have said, who knows what I
think you
say?
said
I
Dark
don't know.
Star. And I was thinking to myself, how did he say Dark Star? And we didn't.
Well, we
even
do
know
have
he
the
said-
Star. We do have the one from Star Farms. I was talking about that, but I could have misspoke. It's known to happen.
All right. What do you think? Kenny, you enjoying the Hirsch?
Yum.
Yeah. It's kind of odd.
Well, it's
Not in a
single malt.
bad way, but
No,
like it's not what I would expect. So if you drink a lot of single malt whiskey, especially from Scotland, there's like almost a biscuity or oaty kind of quality to it, a breaded kind of taste. And this has a little bit darker elements. I would say like almost edging into smoke, but it's not really
It's not
smoky,
smoke, but I think it's I don't know what
but
they
almost
do.
like a dark chocolate or a chocolate malt kind of.
You know what's weird is it's almost got some sort of genetic kinship to the Old Potero, which is rye, but it's all malted rye, and it gets that sort of like patent malt, like that dark malt.
Yeah.
It's almost gets something like that, but he says they're using English style. It's a Maris Otter barley, the rich bready character. But I think I think you're right, Randall.
It's like a dark bread though. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like a light biscuity bread.
It's really nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
But I'm a
enjoying
big
it.
fan. I'm a big fan of Old Potero too. So
Yeah.
maybe that's part of it. But I like it. What do you think, Kenny?
It drinks very nicely. And I, as usual, given my religion, I want to know how much it costs.
No, I don't even know that yet because it's not even. This is not even out yet.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
then
not-
I
this-
can't opine on it. It might be too much money.
That's probably not. They've usually been doing these things as pretty affordable. So So that's that. So that's one of the whiskeys that we're going to be trying on Wednesday night. So that will not be up on John's wagon. The only way to come get that and try it if you weren't part of our studio audience is to come Wednesday night, July 2nd, to my tasting.
Yes.
And we'll try something else for my tasting too. And we're going to do a lot of fun stuff on Wednesday. It's going to be a whiskey Wednesday, a wild whiskey Wednesday. We're actually going to have all the lock and key stuff on sale. There's going to be some really cool things. We're going to get some barrels in that day too. So it's a Wednesday you will not want to miss. I actually just had Gio. I said, Gio, let me know what we have in stock and, make me a list. He made me a list of what is actually in stock right now. There are 45 lock and
Available.
key single barrels, micro batches, blends, and other projects are
Yeah.
in stock right now. So you're going to have a pretty wide.
That's not what's
choice
going
of
to be
stuff.
sampled at the thing.
No. But we're gonna these are all going to be on sale on Wednesday though.
Right.
All the lock and key stuff too. So there'll be some other stuff. Stay tuned. Go to juliosliquors.com. Sign up for our newsletter because we're going to put something out on Monday. So you might want to be part of that. Okay. We got to take a break. Well, how much time we got?
Minute.
A minute? Johnny, when we come back and we're going to go through your cocktails then. What's that? Okay, we're
The-
we're gonna
the
talk-
second one or the last one? Okay.
both of them. Okay. I only have I have two. All right. So when we come back, Johnny will explain the cocktails that he's given us. Randy,
Randall's got
Ra-
a long.
Randall, what are
tongue
you
to
doing?
take
I don't
us
know.
on.
You okay
Somehow
with it?
food. There's no food at the
somehow
event.
food got on my
Food
shirt.
got on
All
my
right.
shirt.
Well, that and other mysteries per
Yeah,
Frey.
exactly. Delve in the mysterious world of radio broadcast through It's the Liquor Talking here on WCRN, AM 830 on your dial. We'll have more on the other side and hopefully a stain-free kind of experience.
Who thinks Randall getting food on his shirt is a mystery?
Well, it's a mystery.
Well,
when
where
there's no
did it
food.
come from? There's no food.
All right, we'll be right back. You're like a magnet.
I'm wondering if I just blacked out and I was eating something and then just came to and was like,
What?
why are these crumbs all over me?
We noticed crumbs when you walked in. So did you have something on the?
No, there's nothing.
We'll let you go to.
Well, why don't you taste it then and see if you
No,
recognize
no,
it?
that's okay.
Let's,
That's quite all right, Kenny.
yeah.
All right. Johnny, put these back here so we can try something while we're waiting. You know what we haven't done?
Yeah,
Actually, you know what? You know what we have? Let's do this one.
The drink
too.
of the show? No, we did.
No, we did
The
that.
question
We
of
did
the
that.
show? No, we did that
We
too.
did that too. No. Oh, here it is. I've been looking for this. And when we have it done, it's Jack
Oh,
Daniel's
Jack and Coke.
Coca-Cola. Jack and Coke, 7% alcohol. It's mixed with Coca-Cola. Usually, this should be actually pretty good because usually what happens with these type of RTDs or RTGs, as I like to say, because this one here is in a can and it can go anywhere. Is usually they get one of the things. Yes, exactly. They usually get one of them wrong. They get like
No, but
alcohol
this is two
wrong,
brand
soda wrong.
names. This is two brand
Right.
names.
That's why I have very high hopes for this because of that exact. Here, you take one of those. Does everybody have
Yeah.
one?
No.
Randall doesn't have one. Okay, well, I'm getting it to you. Yeah, calm down. He wants something to wash down that food with, obviously, that he found on his.
Yeah, no, this is excellent. I would just need some more Jack to make it, a little bit higher.
Well, it's
octane.
7%.
Yeah,
All right, so
that's
let me try.
like, that's appetizers.
I mean, that's if you like a Jack and Coke, that's right there. That's what a Jack and
Yeah.
Coke tastes like.
Mine would be a little more Jack and a little less Coke, but that's me.
That's you. But you know, if you sort of like that flavor,
But
the
it's
portability
right,
of it,
Spot on.
it's spot on.
Spot on.
I like that one though.
Yep. I mean, if they
And
missed
my
on that,
problem
both
is
of
I
those
like to
companies
have,
should be
like-
fired.
What's that?
I said if they missed on that, both of those companies
That's
should be
right.
fired.
Well, the only problem is like say like, oh, do you make mixers? And I go, yeah, and I have like a ginger ale and like Jameson or an Irish whiskey or something like that. There's just like the lightest of layers of ginger ale on top of a glass of Irish whiskey. And it's the same thing with Jack and Coke. It's like I just want the hint of the Coke on the top. I'm not mixing them.
Right. We want the bubbles.
I want the bubbles. This
No.
is good though.
Mhm.
This is
very
this is
good.
on. This is on.
Well done.
Yeah, they can. Those two companies can stay in business.
Now
for,
these are sold as like a 4-pack or a 6-pack, or how's that?
I believe they're 6-packs.
Yeah.
But
I could be
actually,
wrong.
Actually, the
Ask Jen.
companies,
She'll tell you. I've been wrong before.
those two companies are in very different spaces in the stock market right now. Coke is going up and Brown Forman is going down.
Yeah, that's got a lot
Heavily.
to do with
Brown Forman's
the
in big
Europe,
trouble.
the English,
Oh, they're
European tariffs and stuff too. Not hitting. But anyways, let's come back. We can talk about that. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. It's sort of like just the show before the 4th of July, so we thought we were picking some stuff we haven't gotten to that we thought would be good for the 4th of July. One of them was we had during the break, we opened up a Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola premixed can cocktail in a can, 7% alcohol. Spot on. Good one to get.
7% though. I think that that's important. Like it's when you talk about cocktails, they're generally at a higher
Higher rate.
higher
Yeah.
proof than that. But
Well,
this-
Kenny's immediately response was
Right,
it needs
add
more
more. Yeah.
Jack.
no, but I look, I like the reinforcement of the Jack Daniels old number 7 still, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on there?
Yep, it is.
As the 7%. Yeah.
That's good. I like it. All right. Now, for those of you who don't remember, last week we tried a French toast
Yeah.
whiskey.
How can I?
2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago?
I was
Yeah.
going to say I was here last week and
All
I
right.
don't remember. and
2
I
weeks ago.
keep
Do you?
going,
Oh, you haven't had any of
may
this.
have
no.
blocked this out of your
Yeah. Well.
memory.
Yeah. You should have kept your mouth shut on that one, boy. You get to try it now.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So, this is the French toast whiskey.
I'm gonna pour a small amount. You
yeah.
don't need
You.
it.
Does the sweet
Little
bottle
goes a
come
long
with it?
way.
No, I don't think they've had it yet
'Cause
either.
this should be garnished with a circus peanut, and I definitely brought those.
I have those.
Those are long gone.
No, yeah, I still have my bag. I let Randall go at it because I knew we would run out. Anyways, we challenged Johnny on the spot to come up with some cocktails that this would go with. Yeah, to sort of like I felt that this would be something more that people would use in a recipe rather than drinking it straight.
Mhm.
So, John had that. So let's pull out the first one was the one with the lemon on it.
The DACA one,
Which one?
As a charity.
Oh, it's an orange. Oh, it's an old. Oh, it's an old fashioned.
is it the DACA one or the
No,
lighter one?
this
that we're
one.
trying? They both have
The lighter one. The lighter one. All right. So this is you use this in the old fashioned. By the way, if you go to Julio's Facebook page and look at the live feed, John puts all these recipes in there. So if you're ever looking for them, and then we usually reprint them in our Julio's Liquors newsletter, so you'd have them there too. So made with 4 roses, the what was called the yellow label bourbon. This is a old fashioned.
I only count 3 roses.
You're looking at it sideways. So what did you do, Johnny? You substituted the sugar part of this, the syrup for
Way more balanced than just the straight out sugar shot that is the.
yeah. But I tell you what, I can still taste in it, and it goes really well. I can actually taste that French toast flavor. You still get the maple syrup
Yeah.
sort of flavor to it, and you get that little bit of cinnamon on there. That's and it is balanced. So that's a really good one. I like that
Yep.
one.
Uh,
And what's the second one you did? Because John couldn't.
Wait,
just
is it
do
a cherry that's in there?
Yeah, it is a cherry that's in
Okay,
it.
good.
Look like sourdough cherry is in there. He muddled his way through this. What's the second one, Johnny? Express. What was it?
Espresso. There's
Espresso?
an espresso.
Espresso martini made with Fever Tree espresso martini mix.
That's also very good.
Me espresso. Be quiet.
Yep.
So if you
Well,
change
that's
it
really good.
old fashioned,
Really well done.
That's really, really, really good. That's a little too good. My sugar level just went up on that one, but other than that, it's really good.
I was going to say you mix enough of this stuff up, your middle name becomes Wagovi.
Exactly. No, that's really good, John. You use the Fever Tree, you use the French toast whiskey, and Kahlua. Let's just get that.
So
coffee.
there's no coffee.
Well, there's the mix has coffee in it. The Fever Tree right there.
Oh,
That's
okay,
espresso.
okay. Ah, right.
And so that's all mixed together. That's
I've never
really good,
seen
John.
this,
Yeah, that's fairly new. We
but it's just a mixer. There's no
it's just
alcohol
a
in
mixer
it.
on that one. Yeah, that Fever Tree
ABV is 0.
0.0.
Yes, my grade point
So
out.
I like this flavor on the espresso because it hides it a little bit more. And
Yeah, but I still
I'm not a
get
big
it, though.
coffee fan. So
Yeah, but I still get the like the maple syrup part of that.
you
I
did.
think it loses sort of the cinnamon, like the cinnamon toast crunch flavor, but you still get the maple syrup in that. So you like that one? It's like a breakfast. It's breakfast. There we go.
It's not just for breakfast anymore.
Well, no, obviously not.
It
We're
doesn't
drinking.
give us the caffeine count, though. I would like to see the milligrams of caffeine.
Oh,
Just for
you
my edification.
I would like
Now-
to see the caffeine. Count on that. Be quiet over there and drink your
I
whiskey.
want to know how late in the day I can have one of these.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't have this at midnight.
That's true. That is true. All right. Now since Kenny is here,
I am?
I will go with that. I saw these in the grocery store and I had to pick them up.
Oh.
I've probably already seen these, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's the Vlasic pickleballs. Not the type you play the game with, but this is dill pickle corn puffs. So I had to
Right.
grab these because I figured this would be a good one for us to try.
And you
Oh
have seen
man,
the-
it's like opening up a jar of pickles.
and
all
you've
right.
seen the David Beckham and Matt Damon Stella Artois commercial
Yeah.
where they're waiting for their pickleball court and they're asking where the pickles are?
No, that's a new one. I haven't
Oh,
seen.
you
that.
haven't seen? Yeah, 'cause
I haven't
there's a
seen
second. There's a follow up to the Super
Oh,
Bowl
okay.
ad.
I thought they could have leaned into the twin thing a little bit more in that first commercial. So I'm interested to see the other one. Oh, Johnny comes out with. I'm gonna put that in front of Randall, although he'll use his shirt. John passed out napkins. Randall,
yeah. What is this?
the next thing that will be on your shirt will
paper.
be pickleball.
It is exactly what it says it is.
All right, you gonna try it? All right, so let's try it. See what it's like. I love pickles, so this is spot on.
Who made
I like
this?
food.
Is this B&G Foods?
Blast.
Vlasic pickleball. I don't know. Here, you take this and tell me. Congo brands?
Where would we find that?
You guys look at that and see.
Branded with
In the
Vlasic.
fine print.
What do you guys think?
Oh, Connacht.
You like it? You
Yeah.
like pickles though, right? I think that's sort of a prerequisite for anything that's got dill like or pickle in the name.
Mhm.
You have to like pickles. I mean, there's no way around it. Randall, I can tell you, what are you doing? There's pickleballs going everywhere.
That's right. If you make a ball shaped food, what do you think is going to happen?
With Randall,
It'll roll all over the place.
it's supposed to roll into your mouth.
I'm a big fan of ball shaped food like meatballs or
Are you?
yeah.
Oh, it's too bad that lobster roll doesn't come in a ball form, huh? All right.
Yeah, lobster balls does
This tastes exactly
Yeah.
like it should.
Yeah.
It is not to be confused, however, with a gut healthy fermented food. This is just
No.
dill flavor.
Yeah, it's just dill flavor. So we're gonna go into the realm of Ryan should not get on the internet at 3:00 in the morning.
I liked your last escapade.
I know you did. Well, here's the next one. This is elevated craft hybrid pint glasses. And you lock the chill in and you store the extra glasses in the refrigerator or in the freezer. Right? Oh, I did not know it had that. Oh, it's added bonus. And then it has a glass insert. So you take the glass insert and put it into now what
cup,
is a
the sleeve.
a sleeve of stainless steel. So the glass stays cold. And I had the boys get me a
And on the very bottom of the stainless sleeve
yeah, I didn't notice that.
is
It's a
little
bottle
opener.
opener on the bottom of the stainless. I didn't even know it had that. I didn't even read that part of it.
That is a wicked schmat.
So right. So here, I'm gonna pour one out, but because I want to see if like how this works. So you keep the glass, wash it, and put it in your refrigerator or in your freezer, and then put it in that. Give that to Kenny. See what he thinks. He just went to the ball game last night, so this is how they should serve it at Fenway.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I think.
What?
I think the Red Sox stink right now.
All right. So the idea behind this is that your hand doesn't get cold and wet. Otherwise,
And
just
the
touch
beer
the
doesn't
can.
get warm.
And the beer doesn't get warm, and it stays
May I
cold or warm.
try the beer?
Yes, of course you can.
Oh, good.
Anybody else want to try the beer? Because I poured the beer out.
So this is the
Well, I'll try the beer.
BLT of packaging for beer.
That's excellent. It does exactly what it says it's
There's
supposed
nothing
to.
like drinking a beer out of a glass anyway.
And now I'm
Yeah, even the
I'm
can
getting
itself
the
is great, but
lesser experience of just this warming instantly in a plastic cup.
it's actually really nice. But I like the fact that you could take the glass out, and so you're still drinking out of glass. You're not drinking out of basically like a Yeti.
And
You're
if you have
drinking out of
two
a glass.
people, you could pour beer into the stainless, and it
I
makes
think
two
you
cups.
can. I think you can because I think that. Yep, it's sealed on the bottom, so you actually really you could. But this is like you know what? Maybe I should get up at 3 o'clock in the morning more often. 'Cause this is really good. Just so you know, the
My
beer.
advice to you is to get up briefly at 3 o'clock in the
Well,
morning.
I know, and then I start surfing, and then I
Don't
find
get
these
on the
things and I buy.
interweb
Yeah, I know.
thing.
Well, that's probably. This is Alexander. This is a Czech
The beer.
style Pilsner beer. It's 5% alcohol. It's made by Schilling Beer Company up in Littleton, New Hampshire. This is actually a really good beer. I like the beer
It
too.
is a good beer. I'm a little surprised at the hoppy.
It's not overly hot, but
No, but
it's got the right amount. It's pretty balanced.
It's a little hoppy for a Czech style Pilsner.
Well, I can't really tell because mine's warmed so quickly in the plastic
The,
cup.
the plastic cup with his big giant mitts, it just emanate heat onto him.
No,
Get
you
it-
know what? It was just
you get
the
the-
first taste.
All right, you got to get us out of here, Randall. But I really like that. I love
What
I
are
love
you
my new
listening
little
to?
bottle.
Well, it's the liquor talking.
Train wreck.
Take a commercial break, come back on the other side, try and get our act together,
Yeah, there we go.
and see what that looks like on our Facebook Live presentation.
Good luck,
Please
everybody.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after these commercial ads.
All right. Now I got. I
This is
saw
good.
this. This is good. The
I like
beer's good.
Alexander, yeah.
This is actually. I really like the.
Is this from Atlas?
I'm
I-
enjoying the beer.
I don't
the
think so.
pickleballs.
Probably craft, right?
It may be craft. I don't know where we're getting it, but I know we had a nice big display of it, so I grabbed it because I was going to grab
Well,
some of this to take home with
It's
me.
good for 4th of July, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Red,
Yeah,
white, and bluey.
yeah. So that's another good thing.
Randall, you just have to drink faster. if
Yeah.
You don't have the.
I would put this in my beer library, but then it would be the library at Alexander.
the Library of
I
Alexander.
could make it work.
You were so close, though.
You had it. You had it.
Yeah.
That's right on. That's right on target. You had it. That was an obscure.
It was one
you
of the wonders of the world.
Yeah, exactly. The library at Alexander. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is like somebody said I put we had that midsummer's dream sort of event.
Yeah, the wine tasting.
and so I said, oh, it's time to puck around, and somebody goes, no one got that. One of the main characters is Puck. You want it to be Puck. All 6, 7
right,
of you.
and the joke of that is that
Yeah.
I couldn't fit into his costume. So
This is from next thing I'm going to try is non-alcoholic. It's Baldadin. It's a it's basically Passion di Rosso. It's a soda, but it's an aperitivo non-alcoholic Italian soda.
Oh.
Sounds like a bitter.
yeah,
So it's
like
a
a
bitter. Yeah,
Campari.
right. It's like a Campari. It's like
or the
Or an Aperol.
Capotos or any of the
Yep.
I love Italian sodas because they do not have like a sickly sweetness to them. So now
Right.
I don't know what this tastes like, but I'm gonna guess.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
give
I
Johnny
smell it. It's an
3
Amaro.
of these. Right. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Here, I'll give you a couple, John. That's another one.
Yeah.
And here's one for you, John.
Well balanced. So there's some
Seems like-
sweetness to it. They've
Well, it's kind of
added
like
some-
it's almost like an aperitif, right? It's
Yeah.
almost like a spritz.
Yep. Yeah, because if it were truly bitter, it would be a digestif. It would be the after.
Oh, I like that.
Or it would be my ex, right?
Oh boy.
Your ex, you say?
Truly bitter. I mean,
Yeah, I got what you were
Okay,
going
all
on. Yeah. I definitely could drink one of these
Yeah,
This
but
on a nice glass of
needs
ice.
some
Oh,
gin
and
or
maybe in my
vodka.
new, maybe in my new beer thing, I can put
let
this in there
Johnny
too.
make something good with that with gin or vodka.
This in there
Johnny
too.
make something good with that with gin or vodka.
Listen, I'm gonna have to stand up for
Mm.
the soda part of this and say this is pretty tasty.
Mm.
Well, you
So
do that.
No, I think it's really good. I
I'm
like
just
that.
saying. So one of the things that like I never really got as a kid was strawberry rhubarb pie. Couldn't wrap my head around it because you like as a kid you just wanted all sweet.
I'm with
And
Right.
when there's a balance of those two things, it's like pretty sublime. And I think that they've achieved that in here. This is not strawberry rhubarb,
No,
but
but
it
I see,
has
I
like
get what you're
that like
saying.
because
Get that
it's
sweet
just
and bitter.
right in that
Right.
balanced sweet spot with the kind of tang to it. It's thirst quenching, which I'm now looking for more in the sodas. Whereas a kid, I would drink Orange Crush or Grape Knee High or whatever, and that was just all sugar.
okay,
Right.
Radar.
Yeah.
Grape knee high.
No, but well, look, I agree with Randall, but for a slightly different reason. I was told at a very young age that rhubarb was poison if not cooked, and I was like, well, why would we put that in a pie?
Didn't they say that about tomatoes back in the day too?
Yeah.
No, Tom Brady says that.
Oh,
It's a nightshade fruit / vegetable.
Yes, it is.
He's not allowed to eat them.
No, but
Whatever.
that eggplant would be in the same one, right? Too? Would that be in the same thing too?
I think
because,
so.
Because
Yeah,
that's
it's a nightshade.
nicotine.
well, I get
Got
around that
nicotine in it.
because I only eat aubergines.
You've just elevated and destroyed the show all at the same time. That's pretty good.
All right. Well, I
That's
think
pretty
we're
good.
coming back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna come back. All right, I think we're gonna talk about this and what else do we?
You know, I
oh,
know how we're
know.
in the
Are
near
there
the last
Gen
segment.
files? We haven't had Gen files
Is
in a
that
while.
John's
Yeah.
sitting down and relaxing, which is a disturbing thing to see because he's usually running around doing all the work for the show.
Ryan?
Yeah, right here we go.
I thought Geo did all the work for the show.
No, let the mixing.
Welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. We tried an Italian soda over the break. It was very, very good. What can you read?
Passione and Rosa.
Really good. Sounded like an
Aperitivo and Alcolico. I think that means without alcohol, Italiano.
Yeah,
All
really
I can
nice.
say is
Delicious.
The three of us need Duolingo.
Yeah, I know. I think we should start. All right. Well, Kenny said we haven't done these in a while, so I'll do one today. It's time for the Gen Files right here on It's the Liquor Talking.
I'm clairvoyant.
So
Have-
Jen sees articles. She sends them to me and says, this might be something you'd want to talk about on the radio. And this one here is sort of a new trend that has started. I actually talked to John not too long ago about this. We're going to probably bring it in maybe next week. Not next week because we won't be here, but the week after. Is taking Sauvignon Blanc and slicing frozen jalapenos and putting them in the glass with the Sauvignon Blanc. It's supposed to be a really good, flavorful sort of summertime drink with a little bit of spice. And everybody doesn't realize that, like, having stuff that's hot during hot times actually can help you deal with the heat. Like we just had that real massive heat wave that lasted 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds like one of those drinks where you would want to put tahini on the rim.
Yeah. Listen, I always say, like, look, if you're gonna try something, that's great. Please do it. I think whatever you want to drink, as long as you're drinking alcohol, I'm actually pretty good with it.
So this is the file.
So here's the file. So, this jalapeno and wines, and this was done by this young lady, and I think I have her information here, but she wrote an article about it, and she is a sommelier ambassador, a sommelier ambassador
/ influencer.
Yeah, something like that. And this was something that they sent me, and I'm sorry, I don't want to. I really want to give her full credit. Oh yeah, here it is. Ambassador
Please direct
Isabel.
your complaints or comments to.
Yes, Ambassador Isabel, and it's Wine Wednesday, so she's trying to.
Whiskey
This is when I came out.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Isabel Newhouse, and she's a writer, educator, and sommelier based in Brooklyn. And so
She is a sommelier.
Well, I don't know.
She's a
See,
former
this is where
Beastie
I
Boys.
Because
She's
No,
a
no.
no sleep till
to
Brooklyn.
No, I don't know if she is because when you start mixing words together like that, it
right,
means you
some would be the wine part, but like
A-
Bassador
would be the other part.
is isn't that a something in a child's bedroom?
No,
No.
not. I'm not even going there. But it's ambassador, and a lot of people do use the term sommelier, and they may not be actually a sommelier. It is
They
a
may
job
be
description.
certifiable,
You got to be certified,
but
sommelier.
they're not certified.
Anyways, I'm going to take the thing that she is, and we'll just go from there. That she is a
Ambassador.
yeah. Well, we know she's this ambassador. But she is talking about jalapenos in wine. This is interesting. This may make sense scientifically, which Sauvignon Blanc is a white grape and a chemical compound called pyrazines. And they also exist in jalapenos. So the two put together is sort of nice. Okay, she's got. I'm with her. I'm going with her so far. Good.
There's water in milk and in bourbon.
Yes.
You don't want to mix those.
You don't want to make.
What do you mean?
Well, wait a minute. Do you or don't you? I don't know.
I don't.
How about a bourbon?
I'm just
How about a
saying.
bourbon milkshake?
Just
you have
because
one of
they have
those?
similar compounds,
Johnny,
though they're widely
Bourbon milkshakes, right?
Yeah.
Johnny, that's
I'm not opposed to that.
yeah, it's sort of it sort of is. She asked the question to herself: would I put jalapenos in my glass of wine? No, I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean you can't. My problem is that when I hate, we do this in the whiskey industry. We do this all the time too. I always say it's your whiskey. Do whatever you want.
I agree
Right.
100%.
So if you want to add water to your whiskey, if you want to add ice to your
I do.
whiskey, I don't have to tell you if I would or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have because when you say something like that, you've already judged everybody. Can you? Yes. Would I? No. You sort of put out there that like you can do it, but is it really that proper? No, without actually coming out and saying it's not proper. And so, but
Right.
so I'm on the things like don't put that like qualifier there. It's like, just leave it. Yeah, you're putting wine in jalapenos. First of all, in Sauvignon Blanc, don't maybe use the greatest Sauvignon Blanc you've ever had and throw jalapenos in there. Throw some other
Do
stuff.
whatever you want.
Whatever what you want. That's what I'm saying. Don't put the
But-
qualifier.
But
You shouldn't say
my caveat at the end of that is then be accountable for what you do. Like, if you're a snowflake and you want to fly really close to the sun, well, it's problematic, right? Like, so
yes.
if you put together a really nice Sauvignon Blanc and ancho chili
Mhm.
and it doesn't work for your palate,
Right.
say that. But there's a lot of people that are faking it till they make it. So they're like, oh, I'm going to make a space for myself in the influencer world by pairing chilies with wines because they have to have their own brand or story. And it's not honest to the palate or the flavors that you could find. If you
get it.
love something, like when we found Moxie and rye mixed together and we thought that was a dynamite combination, then you propel that forward. Other things may not work so well.
Right.
But I get people who say, telling people what they're going to enjoy is problematic for me. So any way that you want to drink something.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of this is a trend right now, and she's
Right.
just saying like, oh, if you want to do that's fine. I wouldn't, for me, no, but for you, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
But so don't add those qualifiers on it. She writes further in this. It's the same for ice cubes. Listen, it was $1.10 the other day. If you're having wine and it's not cold enough for you, and you're out by the pool and you want to put an ice cube in it, then go right ahead. There's it's not there's not a wrong answer here.
So
I need it colder. What am I going to do? I know you get up at 3:00 in the morning. You order these really cool glasses.
But here's
You keep it stored in the refrigerator, and you have
I
to.
think it goes philosophically much deeper than this.
Oh, okay.
So that you've got a short time in this life to figure out the stuff that you like. And if you're looking for how other people like stuff, you're never going to figure it out for yourself. So you have to make some mistakes, but just we try all sorts of different stuff all the time. And we're often surprised because we don't think it will work. And then
It does.
we admit that, well, that could be cool for some people, or listening to what people are telling you that their taste profile, even though it's like contrary to what I'm thinking in my head, it's valid. But I think that you get a lot of people who, when we started in bourbon, and a lot of people do this in wine, they'll be like, I'll tell you the correct way to drink and what the good products are.
Right.
And I've found that over time that has rarely actually worked.
The only good thing, good thing I think she does bring up too is that, like, isn't that a sangria? Yeah, you're adding
Well,
something to-
isn't sangria fruit? So is
yeah,
is
but a
the chili
jalapeno, I
fruit?
don't know. I don't know. If I think it is a fruit.
It's
Well,
a
somebody
fruit
look that
chili.
up. Somebody go on the interwebs. Find that out. I think
All
it
right.
is actually.
Well, I've already lost interest.
I've already lost interest in it. Well, moving on. Listen. The article was fine. I just like again. And I think she made some good points and stuff like that about some of the other stuff to do. But it's like you get to the point where like it's a trend. If you don't like it, don't do it. But if you're writing an article about it, I think she did a really good point of sort of why they do go together. But don't say, would I do it? No, because it's just it's sort of a weird way of condemning a practice that you don't want any part of. That, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You do you, and I'll do me. I mean, that's fine. So okay, let's
All
get
right, what
back
are we
down to
doing here?
brass. Let's get down to some more better
Whiskey.
stuff. Right. Let's get down to some whiskey. Wednesday, July 2nd. If everything works out okay, I will get a barrel of this in for us to have on Wednesday. However, David Smear, a very good friend of ours who is the owner of Proof and Wood, he is now back in Massachusetts, and we were trying to get this for the 4th, have it for the 4th of July, and we weren't sure it was going to come. So what he did is he actually sent me a bottle up so we could at least taste it if something bad happens. This is his presidential dram. It's barrel proof at 128.74. It is a 10-year-old bourbon. And this is the presidential jam. We named this one George's Bar Tap. So we only have 10 seconds left to go. So you guys try it. We're going to do it Wednesday night. Sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday. Everybody have a safe and happy 4th of July.
That's
Randy, get
right.
us out of here.
Travel safely and be responsible in your drinking. This is the end of this, as many of you were counting on it happening and hoping for the transition. Next week, the 5th of July, we will not be doing a broadcast, and back again past that. But don't forget that Whiskey Wednesday, and the stores and stuff are open for all your beverage needs and ice and things like that too. So
yeah, minimal 8:30 to 6 o'clock on July 4th. Thanks,
thank you for
everybody.
listening.